Good morning, everybody. It is week 2 of the Going the Distance challenge. And if it looks a little bare, it's because we're moving. So apologize for random stuff laying around back there. But you got to do what you got to do. Awesome. Hello. Good morning. You know what to do. You know the routine. Drop it in the comment section. Let me know where you're tuning in from, where you coming, where you going. If you're at home, enjoy your time at home. Coming to you live from the great state of Wisconsin, just a small town north of Milwaukee. If you're ever coming up Highway 41, heading north towards Green Bay, or heck, heading south towards Chicago, hit me up and let me know. I'd love to come and have a cup of coffee with you or eat lunch and say, hey, today's going to be a great day. You are on week 2, and we are nearly to the end of the second week. And my hope is that you are running strong. And even if you've had a couple hiccups along the way, or you feel like you didn't do perfect on this, or you didn't get that in, it's okay. It is absolutely okay. And today we're talking about staying motivated and goals, because these two things are really essential to make any change that we want to make. And for those of you that have taken your wellness pit stop course with me, I had to think of what I was going to call that. You know how I am so focused on hitting milestones and mindset and goal setting, and how important that is, because otherwise nothing works. Hey, Leah, good morning. Drop it in the chat. Let me know. Say hello. Say hello to your fellow drivers. This is what this group is all about, supporting each other and community, which is one thing that we're going to talk about today. Okay, so let's just first touch back in. How are you doing? How are you doing on water, veggies and fruits, movement, and relaxation and sleep? How are you doing on those? Drop it in the chat. Let me know. Scale of 1 to 10. Overall, how are you doing? This is a great kind of check-in point. It's Thursday, and kind of getting in touch with where your progress is. For years and years and years, I had unrealistic expectations about what I thought or how I thought I was going to reach goals, whether it was in recovery, whether it was in my health, whether it was in my professional life. And I always had these big dreams, which was great. We all need dreams and goals. But I had a very unrealistic expectation of how I was going to get there. It went something kind of like this. I'm not going to change anything today because I've already messed today up. So I'm going to wait until tomorrow morning to start doing better and reaching my goals. Because tomorrow I'm going to wake up and my whole life is going to somehow magically be different. That was the tornado loop that I was caught in. That's the tornado loop that many people are caught in. We give ourselves stipulations on when is the right time to improve ourselves. When is the right time to reach a goal? When is the right time to make a change? And I'm telling you, that time is right now. That time is right now. If you still have that tornado loop going on in your head where you're saying, tomorrow I'm going to do this. Today was just too stressful. Tomorrow I'm going to do this. More than likely, 6 months from now, 6 years from now, you're going to be saying that exact same thing. So I want to hit the ground running here in week 2 so that we can make changes that sustain us for life. And how is it when life is unpredictable and you're in a different city, in a different state at the drop of a hat? A lot of times you're alone, and just the food and the environment and the social company is all unpredictable. How do we stay motivated? And the best way to stay motivated is to take inventory of what we can keep consistent. Let me explain. Consistency. We want to look at areas of our life that no matter what, hell or high water, we can stay consistent. These are the little things, you guys. These are the little things that no matter what, I am going to be able to do this. And when we start looking at what these little things are, we want to be realistic. And so if your job is all over the place because you don't have a predictable route and your hours are different all the time, outside of that chaos, what is it that you can be consistent with every day to balance that chaos out? So that chaos, so that unpredictability of your job doesn't end up becoming your entire life. See, this is what happens is we just let one aspect of something just infiltrate everything. And then we say, oh, my entire life is blank. When in reality, it's not. And these are some of the things that I learned as a recovering addict to get out of that mindset, to get out of that lifestyle, to get out of that tornado loop. I had to start kind of stepping back and then zeroing in on the little things, because I kept on just saying, my whole life is a mess. My whole life is a mess. Everything is so hard, which in reality, that actually wasn't true. And so if we want to stay motivated and we want to hit our goals, number one, what can I be consistent with every single day through hell or high water? What is it? Is that turning off my electronics 15 minutes before I go to bed? Is that making sure I at least drink one dang bottle of water? What is it that I can be consistent with? And here's a little tip. Don't go crazy. The consistency things can also be things that you're already doing. I am going to always wash my face before I go to bed. I am going to always take one extra lap around my truck in the morning before I go in. I am going to always make sure that I eat at least one vegetable a day, whatever it is. Okay, there's no right or wrong answer for this, but what can I be consistent with? Drop it in the comment section. Let me know. Hey, Cheryl, good morning. Hey, Marty. Hey, Gwen, Renee. Hey, everybody. What can I be consistent with? Like I said, there's no right or wrong, and there's no need for a toilet paper roll of answers. But hell or high water, no excuses. What are 3 things? Okay, 3 things are good that I can be consistent with every day. And for those of you that took your wellness pit stop, you know how obsessed I am with Post-it notes. Write it down. Write it down. There is something that happens in the brain that does not happen when we text. That does not happen even when we speak. That happens when we write. And so I want you to write it down in your own handwriting. Typing is great. Your phone is great. But like writing something down, hell, I don't care if it's on a napkin. It doesn't bother me, wherever it is. Write it down. What are the 3 things you can be consistent with no matter what? There's no excuses. It's a no-brainer response. Like I cannot go to bed without brushing my teeth. Like when my husband and I travel and it's like, I'm out the window with a tiny little bit of water. If there's like, that's all that's left, just to like brush my teeth really quick because I can't go to bed without it. That's like my consistency thing. It makes me feel good. Like what is those? So 3 things you can be consistent with. Once we identify what those 3 things are that we can be consistent with through hell or high water, those are our feel goods. Those are like our default feel goods. Now we want to identify what it is that we're working to achieve. So although we gave you a set of, I have this on my computer, you guys, so I remember too, I'm doing this with you. Water, veg, fruit, move, relax. Each week we focus in on one to hopefully give you the time to build up a little bit of skills and a little bit of habit. So this week we're talking about water. What is it that you need to do or that you can challenge yourself to do to improve your water intake? Or better yet, if you are an avid water drinker, like water is like liquid gold to you, you love it. What if you do your part to motivate somebody else to drink water? What is it that you can do to help somebody else jump on the water drinking bandwagon? Extend that out. This is what's so great. And this was what leads me to number 3, which is accountability. If we have goals, if we're trying to stay motivated, it is very difficult. I'm going to throw a percentage out there based on my experience. This is not scientifically proven. I would say less than 10% of people are privately motivated in the beginning. And so what is it that you can do to help yourself stay motivated and reach those goals? Get your water in this week. It's okay. Don't worry about the fruits and the vegetables and the movement and stuff. If it's overwhelming you, look at your 3 things you can be consistent with no matter what. Praise yourself for those and just focus on water this week. Okay? Easy. How can I stay motivated? You got to tell people. You have to share your goals. Research has proven that people that have accountability and community when reaching goals, not only reach those goals faster, but have a tendency to not default or revert back to where they were previously, meaning the goals stick. So this is why this group is here. Support each other. When you're having a bad day, let us know, but then expect to be lifted up, and then expect that hopefully there's a little part of you that says, okay, I got to get up and do something. I have to make a better choice. What's the next right decision I can make? So what are 3 things I can be inconsistent with through hell or high water? They don't have to be related to this challenge, but you need to identify things that you're doing right. You need to identify things that you're making that are good choices. We forget those things. We're so hard on ourselves. I need to identify how I'm doing on the goal I'm trying to reach. This week is water. Be honest with yourself. How are you doing? Scale of 1 to 10. How are you doing? And if you're not doing well, what can I do to improve that? And that sob story that I gave to myself did not help me. That's why I was stuck in an addiction loop for more than half my life. Because I kept telling myself, tomorrow I'm going to change. Tomorrow I'm going to do better. Tomorrow I'm going to get all my ducks in a row, which actually is already telling ourselves that we're not going to do that. That's why New Year's resolutions don't work. Okay. We need community and we need accountability. Have you been quiet during this challenge for these past week and a half? Speak up. Let us know what's going on. Don't keep it all to yourself. This is where then we just slowly start peeling back. Let us know how you're doing today, whether it's in the chat here or in the group in general. Making it public makes it real. Making it public makes it real and helps us stay motivated. It's almost like healthy pressure. Now somebody knows I'm trying to improve my health. Crap. Now I better do it. It's a healthy motivation. It's like when my kids know, I know they have a test and I know it's on Friday and I'm like, okay, probably Monday. And then they come home and I'm like, how'd it go? They knew they better study because if you didn't study, that's on you. It's good. It's a healthy pressure. Julie and I are a healthy pressure for you to make better choices, to break the tornado loop so that you can get in a different cycle, a new cycle. These things don't happen overnight. And so if in your brain, you're still thinking that there's some magic superpower that's going to come down from the sky and change your life, you're sadly mistaken. And I'm saying that because I believe you can do this, but it is a lifestyle change and a lifelong change. We're starting today, just like we started yesterday and the day before that. Tracking your progress, okay? So this is why at the end of every week, we have that little check-in because we want you to track your progress, see where you did well and see where you didn't do well. By tracking our progress, we stay honest and realistic with what's going on. Think about any time you've achieved something. You probably had at least 1 or 2 of these things present in that. And then finally is don't do it alone. And what are you reaching for? So what's the reward at the end? What's the reward at the end? It's never a bad thing to reward yourself for doing good. However, I am not a proponent in using food as a reward for anything. Now, going out to dinner with somebody that you love for the enjoyment of that activity is completely different than saying, I did great, so now I'm going to have this piece of cake. Completely different reward system. Completely different relationship with food. Food is fuel. Food can also be fun and enjoyed, but food is not a reward. Food should be something that you enjoy and enjoy consuming with people that you enjoy. So when it comes to rewards for your great activities, for your efforts, for reaching your goals with this challenge, we have fun rewards for you for just trying, because that should be celebrated, for just putting in the effort and showing up every day, regardless, being honest, being accountable to the group. We have water bottles. We just heard that TA is going to be giving $10 gift cards again this year. We have Road Pro water bottles. We have stuff for Mother Trucker and Stiff Mother Trucker. We have tons of fun little goodies to reward you for your good choices, for your improvement in your lifestyle. So what is it that you're attaching to the efforts that you put in? What is the reward loop? And just take inventory of that. That's something I've been very mindful of in my own life, personal, professional, health, family, is what is the reward loop? Because there is a reward loop with everything. And just really trying to pay attention. Are those healthy things or are those unhealthy things? Are those things that I've just been doing because everyone else is doing them? Or are those things that actually are meaningful to me? And so when we start taking inventory of these things, be it drinking water, be it trying to eat fruits and vegetables, or getting out and getting moving and trying to reach whatever goal we set, make sure you're consistent with something in your life. I don't care what it is, but 3 things that are healthy, 3 things that are positive, 3 things that do you good. They don't have to be related to this challenge, but celebrate those. Make sure you know what your goal is every single week in this challenge. This week, the #1 goal is getting your water to intake. Any of the other categories you get are bonus. That's awesome. Like, get your water in. Get out of the tornado mindset that somehow, some way, you can't do it today. Because whenever we truly want something, we will find a way. So dig deep and then get accountable. Get in this group, share your goals. Let people know what's going on. Let them in. Don't do this alone. Don't do this alone. Track your progress. How are you tracking your progress? Are you filling out the forms at the end of the week? If you didn't get them, make sure you hit us up and let us know. But are you tracking your progress after this challenge? How are you going to track your progress? The more I see it, the more I remember it. As much as we think, oh, my mind is just going to remember, especially when it's something new, I don't care if you have hundreds of Post-it notes or things written on your hand or whatever you need to do to keep that in your psyche, to keep that in your forefront of your brain, that this is a priority and this is important. And then finally, what are the rewards? Not just the rewards we're giving you, but what do you get? What do you get? When I was moving into recovery, and I am in recovery from a slew of things, a slew of eating disorders, drugs, alcohol, self-harm, all that stuff, like depression, anxiety, you name it. Like, it was a rabbit hole of a very dark rabbit hole of no return. But the reward I kept reminding myself of was I did not want to be a parent or a wife with a hidden life, engaging in all these behaviors and then having to pretend that my life is okay. I didn't want that because kids are smart. I was smart. And so that was my reward. And then I had all these little mini rewards as I hit milestones, but that was my big reward. So I want you to think about today also. want you to think about the 3 things you can be consistent with, and what's the big reward? What's the big takeaway? Why are you doing this? Why are you here? Why do you say you want to improve your health? Right now, this challenge is free. You're investing your time, which is worth something. You're showing up, which is worth something. What is your big goal and why do you want it? What's the reward for you? Get clear on that. And you'll find that the motivation, the drive, the determination, the willingness to show up gets easier and easier and easier. And you're going to find yourself like me going to bed at night and thinking, I didn't brush my teeth. And you're like so snuggly and so cozy. And I get up out of bed, I go to the bathroom and I brush my dang teeth. It's like, ugh. But I want the reward of taking care of myself and being consistent in that way. And I want that same thing for you. So get up, brush your teeth, reach for the reward, be consistent, and you and I and Julie, we are going to have a great rest of this challenge. Let's do this, my friends. Let's keep moving strong. I cannot wait to see where this takes us. I want you to hit your goals. I want you to push yourself. I want you to be consistent, but most importantly, I want you to enjoy this. I want you to enjoy this time with Julie and myself and other drivers just like you, reaching for the same goals. Let's make magic happen, my friends. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Better health. I love it. Good morning. All right, let's do this. Let's make magic happen. Here we go. Blast off. 3, 2, 1. Bye, y'all.